is Valentine's Day. I'm called to share a little bit about our relationship, a little bit about my journeys. I wanted someone that loved God the way that I did. And I want to qualify that a bunch, right? Because words are very misleading, and even the way that's phrased, right, can be actually quite misleading in terms of the heart of really what was present for me. I do use the word God. For me, I was not brought up religiously, and I really struggled with the word God for a long time because it represented this entity that was outside of me, and that somehow, was just this religious ideal that I just didn't relate to at all. And then in really discovering my own spiritual path, and I have to give my biggest kudos to John Roger, my spiritual teacher, for supporting me and really guiding me through that path. And still, I came into my own relationship with this energy, this love, this, and it's interesting, I almost experience it just as this web, right? Like this energy that ties and links absolutely everything in together. And I do believe that this particularly beautiful energy is always loving, taking care, guiding, supporting us. And I feel it kind of like a web or like an energy, because I think it's so wild, right? That what happens to me can be for my highest good and can be God loving me, taking care of me, but at the same time, simultaneously is also affecting the absolute best and most loving thing for everyone else. So if you think about every event that happens on the planet, it's just mind-blowing to think that that's all completely... but how the fuck can that happen, right? That just is mind-blowing to me, but that's my experience. Please excuse the little core steps. That's little Phoenix just coming in to check on us. Apparently it takes him a lot less time to get through a bone than we thought. So for me, I just really wanted a relationship that was going to really support me in continuing to get my love and my beauty and my goodness from inside of myself, from spirit, instead of knowing that I am completely lovable and all love lives inside of me. And I do really acknowledge my ability to really very clearly focus on that one key intention of I just wanted someone that was enlightened, awake. But in this moment, I do. I think it's really easy to go through our life and not really take moments to really remember. Because I remember being in love with this man for 10 years before we got together, and I remember how much I wanted to be with him. Leading up, I just remember those moments, right, when I was like, oh, are we going to get together? And I'm so grateful that the stars aligned the way that they did, and that we allowed this. Because it's not perfect, he pisses me off and I get frustrated, and it's all my stuff, right? But it's not perfect, and I never want to portray that, but it is incredibly amazing. I'm so grateful. Because I think we both have this perspective where our love is not coming from the other. We're not here, and this is going to sound weird maybe, we're not here to love each other, right? We're here to really be the love, get the love from inside of ourselves, and when we're doing that effectively, love just overflows, right? Who we are is love. When we're loving ourselves and taking care of ourselves, we not only reflect that to each other and attract that from each other, but just being who we are and loving ourselves fills our cup up so much such that it overflows. And it's just a love fest, right? But in my experience, it's got to be from the inside out.
Okay.
So if you had one key, honey, in terms of a marriage, relationship, life, what do you want to say?
I mean, I think just being present with your partner and what's present to share or to support. It can be challenging though, like when I find it more challenging if we're both out of balance and we're both in our karma or in our shit. Luckily, that doesn't happen as much. It's usually one of us, and the other person can hold for the person. So I'm grateful for that. I think it's also just to be easier on ourselves. So like when we're out of balance, the more that we're loving to ourselves and patient with ourselves, the more we can be patient with each other. I mean, it's just like you said, honey, it's all how we relate inside of ourselves. And it's kind of amazing that like I really, like 99% of the time, maybe 90, I would say close to that, I don't get my love from you. Like I don't try to. But I mean, but there are little aspects of me that those conditioning parts, the humanness that comes forward sometimes, I think, an opportunity to let go of, but that does want to get the love from you in different ways, physically, emotionally, mentally, etc. But I'm just grateful, like, I just don't rely on you to fulfill me inside, to fulfill my loving. And it's kind of such a weird way of working, I feel like, when so much of what we see on the movies and everything is everyone like, I need this other person to fulfill me. That whole, Jerry Maguire, you complete me. And I just think there's a new way of looking at it. I mean, like you, it's not like you complete me, it's like you compliment me. You are like the salt to my pepper, or whatever it is, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, you're there with me, and we ride together, and it's better with both of us than just one of us. In terms of what we can do, the loving that's present. I share the quote where two or more are gathered. So I really find that that's profound. We're both in that loving and consciousness together. And I think a relationship, the greatest opportunity is to be with someone that you can be fully open and bear everything with as it comes for the highest good. I know it's not easy.
Yeah. If you're in this life right now and you're really wanting a relationship, I would suggest taking complete responsibility for your feelings. And if I were to really look at the big change in my life, like my karmic pattern is to be a victim, right? It's not a negative thing. It's just what I do. Like if someone hits me with my car, hits me when I'm driving, I will go to, what did I do? I'm the victim, right? I'm at fault. Something must be wrong with me. It's just my karmic pattern, and I'm really aware of it. And I'm actually have evolved through it to a great extent. But I do feel like it might be a friend with me for my whole life, just helping me to more fully live the truth that is no one is ever a victim. Everything is for us. So the big turning point in my life, and I love it because when I started to do this work, literally within about 12 months, we were married, which is still mind-blowing to me. But I started to be very aware that when I was hurt, when someone would do something and I would perceive it just to be really, right, like they don't love me or they don't care about me, I would really own and accept that feeling, and I would become aware of what is it that I need, right? And I'm saying this a lot because for me it's the heart of one of the most profound healing tools on the planet, which is when we're hurt, when we're out of balance, really allow ourselves to get into our body and feel that hurt, right? Allow that small, younger, immature aspect of ourselves, to be present, to express, to be vulnerable. And you have an opportunity, right? You can either continue to blame and try and get your solution or feel better by doing something outside of yourself, or you can really see that a part of you needs something. And at the heart of everything that we need is love, right? Sometimes it's recognition or affection or to be heard, to be seen. It can show up in so many different ways. But having done this work so much, I experienced that at the heart of it is I need my own love. And when I was able to be aware of that and then started to religiously, and I'm not lying, addictively, right? Whenever I would become out of balance, someone would hurt my feet, right? Even my terminology is still put in, someone would hurt me, right? I would really show up for that hurt, almost like there was a little child in me, and I would let myself feel that, express that, and then I became just this divine mother inside of me that whenever I was hurt, I would give myself that love. And I do feel like that rewired me being single until I was 33 and just not able to really be open or to allow a relationship. But when I just continually, in every experience, in every challenge, became the source of my love and my mothering and my caring, I just feel like I came into this place where love found me, right? I allowed love. I don't feel like I spun a lot of wheels to actually go out and find this guy. But I just encourage everyone to really be the love. So cheesy, but to really, it's the emotional imbalance, the time when we don't feel loved and okay. Those are the moments that when we really show up and love ourselves, we're healing the unconscious blocks that are holding us back from what we want. And it's a profound opportunity. And as we're more the love, the source of love for our own life, he will come. She will come. I do believe that.
I just want to add, because some people, and I know I've had this challenge in the past of being the love for myself. Sometimes some people may not know how to be the love for themselves, especially when we're really in the thick of it. I've definitely had those experiences. So what do we do when we don't know how to be the love for ourselves? And I think, to me, that's where the greater opportunity of surrendering is for me in spirit, is that to me, God knows how to love us best. Spirit knows how to love us best. And until our consciousness knows how to love ourselves in that way, as God, really, and it does, but until we're awake to that, there's such an opportunity of surrender and allowing the one that knows how to love us best love us. And my experience is that it's always loving. It's completely better than we can ever imagine. Happy Valentine.